This class we are going to continue with CSS topic 3, which is how to add CSS to HTML. So let me I'm going to use two div for this illustration. So let me put the first div, yes, the second div, and the third div. So let me space it so that you can recognize them vividly. So now we have three methods of adding CSS to HTML. The first method is internal method, we have external method and inline method. So now if you want to style this first div using inline method, you go to the div, within the tag you write style, then equal to semicolon. Let me space it down a bit. So all your CSS code for this particular div will be within this semicolon, that is this first one and the second one. Let me say background color now. Background color should be red. You bring your hyphen, your semicolon. Then another thing, I want the width to be 200 pixels. You bring your semicolon again. Then height to be, let me make it a square, 200 pixels again. So if you preview it, you can see the first div. We style this one using inline method. And if you want to style using internal method, you know we have been doing that one this way. You go to this point within the title, between the title and the closing tag of the head, you write your style as a tag there. You space it. Then let's use any form of selector. Let's call this class. Let's give the class of box 2. This box 2. So you come to this point, you know what to do already. That is dot box 2. Bring your curly bracket, then let's style it background color to be, let me make this one green. Then the width to be, let me this one 200 pixels also. Then the height to be 200 ps. So if you check it, you can see the second one is already showing, but let's space them a little bit from each other. So we use margin to be, let me get 10 pixels. You can see. So now the margin you are seeing there is that the distance between this box, that is the border of this box, from the screen or from any nearby content in this HTML will be 10 pixels. That is the meaning of the margin. I will explain that better when we get to margin class. Margin. So now the final one is external styling, which is the most recommended one for HTML, for website design. That is the most recommended way of writing CSS. Now you create a new file. Let me say my CSS. Let me write this to capital letter, my CSS. Then dot. This one will not be dot HTML again, dot CSS. You save it. Now you make sure you save this and the first HTML on the same folder. Ctrl S. I'm going to use this project as the folder now. Save. This one is saved to that folder. Then the HTML also, let me save it to that project. Okay. Now I'll call this third box class box 3. So I'll go to that CSS. You write dot box 3. Then you begin to write your CSS. Background color for this one should be pink. The width also should be 200 pixels. The height should be 200 pixels. Now let's go to CSS and preview it. Okay, it's not yet showing. Okay. Now I've written my code for the boss in this CSS. So you go to your HTML. Within the title, you are going to write to bring the link of this external CSS to your HTML. You bring your boss, you write link, give a gap, real equal to style sheet, then you give gap again, then href equal to, in semicolon you write the name of the external CSS, that is my css dot css, then you close your link. Let's preview it. You can see the final box has appeared. So the most suitable way of designing website is by using external CSS. That is when your file will load very quickly. That's how to design a very good website. We use external CSS instead of, but the inline is also good. That one there's no need to write class or anything for it. So we use that one when we need to write a quick and sharp, or let me just say a short style. So no need to go for writing any style. So let me just write something here. This is this was style, or let me just say this is inline design. Then the second one, this this is internal design, and the third one, this is external design. So let's preview it. You can see, but I want us to write one code again to make this look good. We go to we are using the external one now. We call the div as a tag. So we now say color, that is the color of the text inside. Let's make it white. No. White is not good. Let's just leave it to the default color, which is black. Then let's take the font size. The font size to be 30 pixels. The font weight, this one is different from width. The font weight to be bold. Then what else again? Align. Text align should be center. So let's go and preview it again. It's not working. Let me go and check if there's any error. Text align center. Div. Control S. Save. You can see. So I can also write justify align content center. Let me save it first, because I'm using an external file, so we need to be saving it all the time. So you can see the align content will move it from the top to the center, while the text align will move it from the side to the middle. It will center it horizontally, while the align will center it vertically. So this is the end of today's class. I don't want it to be too long, so let me just change the background color. You're ready now to change this, which is body background color to be, I'm using color coding here, that is CCCDD. I prefer this. Control S. So you can see this is the end of the class. Watch it carefully and submit your assignment to the group.